Hi everyone, welcome to the Practice and Master Excel YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to combine multiple worksheets into one file in Excel. Let's get started. For the next method, we want to join data in these three worksheets into one. So we have 2022, 2023, and 2024. So each of the worksheets have the same column names: month, make, quantity, unit price, and sales. So it's consistent across all worksheets, and also they all have the same order. So want to join all of these into one and only have one file. So firstly, we start a new Excel workbook, and then we go to data, go to get data, from file, from Excel/workbook, and wait for it to load. So we then find the location of the file, which is this year car underscore sales. Then import the file, wait for it to load. Okay, so here there are two ways to do this. So the first way is we'll select multiple items, select 2022, 2023, 2024, select all of these, and then click transform data. Then wait for it to load. It will open up in the Power Query editor. Okay, loading. Yeah, so we have all the worksheets loaded in. Next thing, go to, on the home tab, go to Append Queries, click on Append Queries as new. So wait for it to open up, then click three or more tables, because we want to append queries, we want to join three tables together. So it's showing us the available tables that we have and then the tables we want to append. So we want all three, so we add this and then we add this. We can change the order. So what we can do, we can bring 2024 down here. Yeah, so once it's in this order, 2022, 2023, and 2024, then we click OK. So here it has joined, it has combined all the queries together. So each of the data had about 120 rows each. So our total row count should be 360 for the combined data. So we have this, the column names, everything looks good. We can change this, we can call it car sales. We can just call it car sales. Yeah, and then this looks good, so we can then load this into Excel. Yeah, so we have the data. So this is nice, this is good. The only problem is that here we've lost some context. So the final data does not show us the year. It's pretty hard to tell from here, like what data belongs to 2022, what data belongs to 2023, or even 2024. If your data has the context, which is like the year or whatever context that you use present in the data, then this would work fine. But if your data doesn't have that, then there is a second way to do this we can where we can retain the year of the data. So let's do that. So starting from a fresh Excel file, we then go again. So we click on data, click on get data, click on from file, from Excel workbook, find the file, and then click import. Wait for it to connect. Yeah, so previously what we did was we selected multiple columns and then we selected each of these columns. But this time around, we're not going to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to select the table itself, or rather the actual workbook itself, which is year car sales. and then we click on transform data. So this comes up here. So we can see here we have the name of the name of each worksheet, and then here we have the data, which is the actual data in each of the worksheets. Then we have some other columns here: item, kind, hidden. We don't need any of this, so you can just click on each of them and press delete. So this has the name, which is really what we want, because this would show us the year of each of the data. So we want this, and then this has the actual data that we want. So click on this button, click on this. So this is expand. Ensure that all columns are selected, and then click OK. So this would expand our overall data, right? So this will expand that table that we saw, and then while also keeping the name, which is the year that we want. So you can see if you scroll down, there's 2022, then we can see 2023, then if you scroll down more, there's 2024. So we have our year, which is what we wanted. The problem now is that the column names are coming up as part of the data. So that's for 2022. So if I scroll down to 2023, I can see the column names as part of the data. And also the header is not consistent with what we want. So those are two things that we need to do. We need to change, we need to remove the column name from the data, and we also need to change the header. So let's start with the header. So looking at row 1, we can see that row 1 actually contains our header. So what we can do is we click use first row as headers. So this would then replace all the headers. The next thing, to fix the second problem, so you can see that the headers for the months column, if we filter out month is not a valid month. So if we filter out month, we'll be able to remove the headers. So what we can do is click on this and then go down to month, uncheck the box and click OK. So that would remove the header. So anywhere, so what this means is that anywhere the Power Query sees the word month in this column, it will remove it. So this way we're able to just filter out all the headers from the actual data. So now it's gone. So the data looks good. It's just there is one more thing we need to fix, which is the header of the first column. This is coming up as 2022, right? So we want it to be year. So we put, what we can do is we can always just double click on it and rename it year. But the problem with this is that we would be hard coding this, and this is not what we want, because hard coding it is going to cause issues eventually. If we go to query settings and we look at the last step, we can see the step that we just performed now, which is renaming the first column name from 2022 to year. Now this has a likelihood of breaking in the future, because the query would always check to see if 2022 is the first sheet, and if it's not, then the query would break. So instead of hard coding 2022, what we can say is replace the first column name with year. So we then need to put the code for the first column name. So that would be table.column name. This is here, table.column names, then of the previous step, which is filtered rows. The previous step is always the first query, is always the first parameter in a query. So, and then you put in curly braces 0. So 0 will stand for the first column, name. Then press enter. And here we'll press enter. Next thing, you go to change type. So change type also has this. Honestly, we can pretty much just remove this change type, because all it does is like changing the data type. so it doesn't really do much for the query, so we can remove that. So with this, we're good. So even if we have 2021 as the first worksheet, that will still work. So we can test that. But firstly, let's load this into Excel. So we have here all the combined data. So we can save this and close the file. So we go to our data and then just duplicate one of the columns. So we can move this to before the sheet, create a copy, okay. And then we can rename this 2021 just to test to see if everything works fine. So we then close it, then save it and close it. To test it, we'll open up the combined sheets file, then click on data and click on refresh. So let's see what would happen. Running the query. Okay, so we can now see that we have 2021. We have the data in here. So this means that it would continue to work for any number of years that you might have. We've come to the end of this video. So watch out for the next video, which would be on combining files with different column names and also different order as well. So I would link that video to the description box of this video. Also, all the files and all the data that I used for this video would also be linked in the description box as well. Please like, share, and subscribe if this video was helpful to you. Thank you.